Hey everyone, welcome back to the LCM Studios channel. Today we're pulling back the curtain on the Seventh-day Adventist Church, a global movement with over 21 million members. How does this massive church stay organized? Who picks its leaders? What happens at the epic General Conference? And what goes down when a leader steps out of line? Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the structure, elections, and accountability of the SDA Church. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. Let's break it down. The SDA Church has 5 levels of organization like a well-oiled machine. It's designed to keep things unified while empowering local communities. First, the local church. This is where it all begins. Every baptized member gets a vote in business meetings to elect elders, deacons, treasurers, and other officers who run the church day to day. Pastors, though, they're appointed by the next level up. Next, the local conference, a group of churches in a region like a state or province. Conferences handle bigger tasks like hiring pastors and managing tithes. Then, the Union Conference, which oversees multiple conferences in a larger area like cities and counties. Then, the Division, which is responsible of overseeing union conferences from different countries or a continent. Finally, the General Conference, the global headquarters in Silver Spring, Maryland. It's the top level, coordinating the worldwide mission from schools to hospitals to media ministries. What's cool is that this isn't a top-down dictatorship. Authority flows both ways, from members up through elected delegates and from leaders back down. It's a balance of grassroots and global unity, all rooted in prayer and scripture. So, how do Adventists pick their leaders? It's all about democracy and discernment. At the local church, church members elect leaders who are later then approved during business meetings, usually every 1 to 2 years. For example, a nominating committee prayerfully selects candidates for roles like elder, ensuring they're faithful and capable. At the conference and union levels, leaders like presidents and treasurers are elected every 3 to 5 years during constituency sessions. Delegates, chosen by local churches, vote after prayer and discussion. For instance, in the East Central Africa Division, leaders like Samuel Makori, president of the East Kenya Union Conference, were elected this way in 2015. At the top, the General Conference elects its president and officers like Ted N.C. Wilson, who's been president since 2010. These elections happen at the General Conference session, a massive global gathering. Delegates, half members, half leaders, vote on leaders and policies. It's a prayerful, transparent process to ensure the church stays true to its mission. The General Conference session is the SDA Church's biggest event, held every 5 years. It's like the Olympics of faith. Delegates from over 200 countries gather to pray, vote, and plan. They elect the World Church President, approve policies, and hear reports from the 13 global divisions, like the East Central Africa Division. When's the next one? Mark your calendars for July 3rd to 12th, 2025 in St. Louis, Missouri. The 62nd General Conference session will be a hybrid event, with some delegates attending in person and others joining online. Expect big decisions like electing officers and updating the church manual. You can follow along via Adventist News Network or Adventist Review ABS Hope Channel International, and even Per Channel here. For example, in 2015, the San Antonio session tackled women's ordination. Delegates voted 1,381 to 977 against allowing divisions to ordain women pastors, showing the church's global diversity. Western regions leaned yes, while Africa and South America leaned no. It was a tough debate, but it showed the democratic process in action. But what happens when a leader doesn't follow the church's principles? The SDA Church has checks and balances to ensure accountability. Leaders are expected to uphold the 28 fundamental beliefs, the church manual, and voted policies. If they don't, the church has processes to address it, without coercion, as freedom of conscience is key. First, issues are handled locally. If a pastor or officer strays, the local church or conference investigates, often following Matthew 18's principles of private resolution. If unresolved, it escalates to the union or division. At the General Conference level, the executive committee or compliance subcommittees may step in. Leaders who can't align with the church's mission are encouraged to resign voluntarily. Let's look at a few real-world examples. 1981, financial scandal. A union president in North America faced allegations of financial misconduct. The General Conference urged discipline, but the union committee resisted, showing the challenges of enforcing accountability. Eventually, the issue was resolved through audits and leadership changes. 2018 compliance debates. Some North American leaders pushed for women's ordination despite the 2015 vote. The General Conference formed compliance subcommittees to review non-compliance, encouraging local entities to align without forcing resignations. East Kenya Union Conference in 2018 leadership disputes led to legal issues, with Kenya's Registrar of Societies questioning the legitimacy of some EKUC officers. The church held new elections to restore unity, showing how local governance can address crises. These cases show the SDA church avoids heavy-handed punishment. It's about unity, not control. If a leader's conscience conflicts with church policies, they're free to step down, preserving both their freedom and the church's mission. This structure and accountability system powers a global mission. In the East Central Africa Division, leaders like Samuel Makori and Peter Mwathi of the Central Rift Valley Conference oversee schools, health clinics, and evangelism, impacting millions. The church's democratic process ensures resources, funded by your tithes, reach communities worldwide. So, there you have it. The Seventh-day Adventist Church's structure is a unique blend of local empowerment and global unity. From electing leaders to the epic General Conference session in July 2025, it's all about advancing the gospel. And when leaders stray, the church seeks restoration, not retribution. What do you think of this system? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep the faith. Jesus is coming. See you soon.